Good morning. Good morning. First, let me say happy Thanksgiving to each and every last one of you. This week's lesson module on week 5, on module 5 lesson in our discussion board, we are assigned to do a video on chapter 7 and sum it up and give our critiques. I'm going to try my best and do my best in doing so because I've really been kind of struggling with the Greco's Roman bio. Just understanding it, trying to get outside of the box of everything I've been taught and learned throughout my history. Because, sometimes we can get so traditional in church and we learn these things and haven't learned certain things. So now I'm trying to get out of that. So here he first starts off with the development, saying that as we looked at chapter 6, he gave us the 5 bio predating of the Gospels and the 5 further works. Then he goes into now telling us, kind of showing us that it's kind of developing. It's developing and kind of crossing lines, mixtures. I think we got in talking about how the genres can mix. So you kind of seeing a little mixtures in the 5 examples that he gave us here in the first few pages. He gave us 5 examples, and we begin to look at that. Then he goes into the opening features dealing with the titles, and then the open formulas and the proludes and the prefaces, the subjects, and then he goes into the external features of the genres, which when it's kind of when you really looking at this and the external part, it's kind of saying that it's continuous. It's continuous narrative, most likely in the third person, and it includes 2 set of speeches. So to me, I guess when you're trying to look at this and also look at the Gospels, I'm trying to see how do I fit those in? How do I see those things? And in those external parts, he talks about the size, the structure, the scale, the literary units, the use of sources. And one of the examples, the types of sources that we use, oral family tradition and or personal memory. Because as we look and read the Bible, we see that some things were scribe writing and some things were through memory or tradition that were passed on as time went on. And so that's as I can see that as we've been learning in this class. And then he goes into the internal features, the settings, the topics, and within the topic talks about the ancestors and the birth and all those things, and then the style of the reigning. One feature showing that it's public, it was public in reading, was intended to use a pithy immigrams at the end of a section to give a pause for applause. So that's kind of seeing some type of style that the speaker or the writer is using, and many which remain as well-known sayings, damning indictments of pacifications of Roman imperials. The atmosphere, from the features of tone, mood, attitude, values, fairly serious at monstrous emerges from early bios, and social settings and occasions. So here, what I really got out of this chapter is that now we're moving from just he's now showing us the bios and the Greco-Roman phase in action. He's showing us how these things are used and how they're intertwined and how they're mixed, and we can see it in the examples from the external to the internal. It's a clear path has emerged. So it's actually giving us a good look at how that all this works. Now that's from my thought, from me as I was reading this. And then the critique part of, I guess I'm really trying to look at the Gospels, the Synoptic Gospels, and see how I can see that at work and what Burgess is doing. I'm looking at that. So when I read this, I kind of look at the Synoptic Gospels, the authors, and I try to look at their style or their philosophies, or their poets, or historians. How can I place those authors in the Synoptic Gospel? So for me, being someone that loves the Bible and loves reading the Bible, I think that it can be a little bit, I guess, can be a struggle sometimes, trying to get outside of that box. So, and I think in order to grow, you have to get outside the box. So I do see what he's going. I see the concept of the different things, and I've really been enjoying what Burgess has been teaching us about the genres and the Greco. What are the Gospels compared to Greco and biography? So it's really been a challenge, but I'm really beginning to understand it. I'm seeing that as literature is written through time, depending on the time in history, they can be intertwined. And in order to see where those things got, we have to look at these genres. So I really appreciate this class. I really appreciate y'all time. And again, happy Thanksgiving. And I pray each one of you will have a blessing in this class and continue to grow. Thank you.